Right, welcome to this unique video. People have been asking me for a long time on the channel to run some form of competition. So I've got a competition here for you. It's been a long time coming. This is the first one really I've done. So it's to do with the channel icon here, which people recognise if you subscribe to the channel. The icon that everyone knows is the striking. My channel was just, when I set up YouTube, just going back to the start, they just asked for a name to go by, and so I just chose my favourite unit from Warhammer 40,000, the Striking Scorpions, and then that's my date of birth on there as well, 1982. So Striking Scorpion 82, that's where it came from. My favourite unit painted up, I just took a picture of that, and that just became the logo. So I've been redesigning this, or had a go at redesigning it myself, but as I've been going through that, I then had the brainwave, well, maybe just throw it open as a competition for everybody. So everyone that tunes into the video, subscribers and so on, then this competition is open to anyone and everyone that has experience and skill in graphic design. And really it's logo graphics, like vector graphics and so on. So one thing I've seen people do, which I think is a mistake, and that's when they come to a revamp or redesign, is to change the logo entirely and it's not recognisable from what it was before. So what I'm looking for is to revamp and update the current logo to bring it up to date and make it a standalone graphic instead of a photograph and some text, but still keep it so that at a glance it still resembles this logo here. I don't want to lose the flavour here and the colour scheme that you can see. So I know this competition is not going to be suited for everybody, but this could be right up your street. This is what you specialise in, it's what you enjoy doing, creating graphics. And there'll be some incentives here, I think, for people to get involved in this competition for sure. And it also goes back to some artwork that was submitted a couple of years ago. Zachary Madare, he created some artwork inspired by one of the battle reports that he watched, and then he painted a 40k landscape or a scene from that battle. It was Necrons or Tyranids versus Blood Angels battle, and he captured a famous scene from that episode. So I know there's subscribers and viewers out there that love to get involved in the artwork. It was the artwork itself that actually got me into 40k, just inspired by the paintings and the pictures, and drew me into the hobby, and then got involved with painting and collecting the miniatures. So I'm just saying, I know how important graphics and artwork is for such a visual hobby as this one. So I'll cover a bit more about what I'm sort of looking for here, and then we'll get into the structure of how this competition is going to work as well. So that's the original. I'd started by a lot of YouTube icons now. I started out with square, which was fine years ago for YouTube, but a lot now work on a circular basis here. So anything new that's designed has got to anticipate sort of a circular requirement. It needs to be a standalone graphic. I'll show you some other examples in just a moment. So it can be used for merchandise of any kind, like t-shirts and mugs and phone covers and so on. That's the possibility for the future, but they've got to get the graphic right at the very start here. So I'd started out by cutting this out. I mean, that's the iconic part. So you could maybe go down, sort of give you my own ideas here, and you can just so you're not working blind here, but sort of cutting this out. That's the iconic part. It's this crest here that comes out, this sort of dreadlock sort of hairdo here coming down. I've identified the main colours. You've got the green armour, the famous face, the way that's all angled with those lines, the eye that's just in there as well in red, and then these gems as well, the Mandiblasters just there. So that's the iconic part of the graphic, I think, just drawn out from here. And the colour palette then, you've got the red being used here, yellow, black, the scorpion green, and then you've got the gold being used here as well. So I'd like to keep that colour palette because that in itself is recognisable as well, and it'll match the sort of the theme of the channel as well. So to show you, I've got printed out some pictures here of other logos that have been done. This sort of vector style. I'll zoom into these just to give you a better view. Just to give you an idea, see, it's like a standalone graphic, nice and tidy, and you can imagine Striking Scorpion 82, and you can put established 2011. That's when I started up YouTube, so I mean that would look quite cool as well. And then you've got your iconic graphic just here. Another one being used with a sort of a green colour scheme, all different shape options here. And then that icon itself, so if you've got a circular logo, it can go in something like that, or this one here can go in something like that. So it doesn't have to be a circular design, it can just be planted inside any circular requirements. This one here is pretty good. This Ninja Gaming looks pretty cool. There's one here as well, particularly impressed by it. This one's a good job. Yeah, and sort of unexpected shape, and then your text can go across there. And then again, another kind of example being shown there as well. And then icons, you know, this is your icons recognise. This symbol here, let alone Mortal Kombat, but that symbol with the dragon there is recognised, and people instantly know what it is. There's an option to go for sort of a graphic like this, like a hyper simplified graphic, like so. You can go for that if you want, or something like this. That's for each artist to decide. So I am excited by this. It's be fascinating to see what people come up with here. So the way I want to do this, a lot of competitions that run, people submit entries, and then usually like one design's chosen and then everyone else is let down. So I want to do it a bit differently to have perhaps how others have approached this. Instead, any decent attempt that you make, and also I will say you can make multiple submissions. If you say you come up with 5 designs and you're not sure which, just submit all of them. It's no problem at all. If you can't make up your mind which one you want to put through, you can submit as many times as you wish. And what I'll do is once the entries come in, I'll make a shout out video, and it's for all the decent entries that are put through. I'm going to do a shout out video for everybody, so we'll get to see everyone's attempt and artwork with this. I think is a fair way to go about things. I'll do a shout out for you and any links and so on that you want to share with others as well. I think that's a fair way of doing things. I want to let people down and they make an effort and then it's never seen. So I want to do that to publicly thank people that made an effort, and then also a chance for everyone to see the work that you've done. And then from that I'll hopefully choose one, and then it will become the icon for the channel for the future. So it's I think it's a really exciting project here. If it doesn't work out, I'll just press on and continue to design my own, no problem at all. But I thought, well, no, maybe we'll just make this a competition and people can have some fun designing the icon for the channel. I'm going to run this I'll run this for a week. Let us run this week and see what kind of results come through, and then I can extend it or sort of run it as sort of a first come first serve. And if I get a good number come in, then I'll judge it from there. So I'd say if you're going to go for this, then make a go of it quite. I'm not going to let this run for a month. Just sort of going to go for a week or two, I think at the most. I had a go here with this one. I'll zoom in, just giving you an idea. So you see, there's the head and the face, and it's something like keep SS82. There's this established 2011, and then the graphic tided, like edged all the way around like that. I think that looks pretty good. And if it has to go inside of a circular icon, that can just run around there like that, and it can be used for other merchandise and so on. Obviously, if you go for this competition here and you submit an entry, then by entering in, you're given permission for your work to be used for the different merchandise on the channel and so on. But in return, you're going to get a shout out chance for your work to be seen and to be part of channel history here as well on the channel. There may be some other prizes as well. Maybe when they've submitted and the winner's been chosen, I'll get in contact with you, and there'll be some other incentives also. So that's the idea. I've no idea how this is going to go. It could be. I hope this great artwork comes through, and then it will be like a presentation of all the different interpretations of how this logo and icon should look. And so I'm excited to see that and see what response there is from the community here. So, because no one Zachary Madej did that artwork, and it was well received by people. I always had a soft spot for artwork for Warhammer 40,000, and especially fan art as well. You may not be employed by Games Workshop or by some company, but still you love this kind of stuff, and so it'd be a chance for you to get involved with something that's so small on the channel and yet such an important. It's the icon for the channel, so very important for sure. Yes, that's what I was going to say. Once the merchandise is produced, I can send you out some examples and samples of that, so you've got your own graphics that you've done and you can see how it's used in the different merchandise that is produced. So to get in contact here, you can talk to me in the comment section below, or you can go onto the YouTube channel homepage, and then at the top you have videos, playlists, and if you go all the way along, there's one that's called About, and if you click on that, scroll all the way down, my email contact is there. You can also, if you're on Instagram, get in contact with me there. Also, you can message me on Instagram as well. So lots of ways to get in touch. I look forward to hearing from you, and it'll be fascinating to see the response and the results that come out here from this competition. If you want to see more competitions in the future, then hit the thumbs up here. This one here may not be for you, but may well have some other competitions in the future. But thanks very much for watching, and tune in next time.